Hey everyone, it's Zoe Belcher. It is September 10th. We're on day 32 of our adventure here. This morning the scale was a little better to me. I was down to 204.4. Tomorrow I go to the doctor's office, so we'll see what I'm at on that scale. I have had 3,754 steps today so far. But right now I'm recording this in the basement, and I still have to get upstairs and do some evening chores, so I'll get some more steps in tonight still, which is pretty good. A big shout out to everybody who's been following us today. I had a really good and interesting day, and I was at work, and one of my coworkers, Kate, I walked by, and she said, "You look really good. So how much weight have you lost so far?" And I was like, well, I've only lost 4 pounds since I started doing all of this. And I said, well, it's interesting though. I haven't been measured in 5 weeks. And I have to say that measurement is much more important than the number on your scale, because although weight, like muscle and fat, weigh the same. A pound of muscle is a pound, is the same as a pound of fat. A pound is a pound, but an inch of muscle weighs more than an inch of fat does. So as you lose fat and build muscle, you may not necessarily see the scale change as much as you would like to. So that's why you should always get measured. Always make sure you measure in the same locations. It's always good to have the same tape, the same person doing the measurements, the same clothes on that you had the last time you got measured. So when Debbie gets back from vacation, which hopefully she's having a wonderful time at, she's going to do another weigh and measure. So we'll see what those numbers look like then. I know a lot of people just judge it by the way their clothes fit. Yeah, I have a weight goal. I'd like to be, somewhere about 130, 135, I'd still be happy. But I've always said for years, I don't mind weighing 300 pounds if I look good in a size 6. Now, unfortunately, nowadays, one company's size 6 is another company's size 10, is a 14, it's hard, but that's kind of my ultimate size goal, is to get back down into a size 6. And I was there 3 years after I had anesthesia. I lost enough weight to be back in a size 6 and was working my way down to a size 4. But that didn't happen, so it's okay. That's my goal, is to get back into those 6s again someday. Hopefully here. I have to be realistic. Realistic weight goal is 1 pound a week. You could lose as much as 2 pounds a week, but what happens is after that it becomes harder to maintain that weight loss. Large chunks of weight that you lose, you wind up putting back on. Think about like the last time you got the stomach bug. If you weighed before you got the stomach bug, and then you weighed after because you hadn't eaten in days, what'd you weigh? You lost several pounds. Maybe you lost 5-10 pounds. But within the next week to 2 weeks, you probably put most of that back on because your body was starving itself. And so now it's questioning, when is it going to get that next meal? As soon as it gets that next meal, it's going to retain everything. And we went through that, before. But it was really good to have somebody else notice it, because when I look in the mirror, I see the same thing every day. So I don't see those subtle changes that maybe somebody who hasn't seen me in a few days might notice. The one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about with exercise, one of my favorite things to do is when I get a workout partner. That's always fun, because rather than making a competition, because to me, I'm not a competitive person in that sense. I kind of want to be successful and want everybody else around me to be successful as well. But you can do team activities. So one of my favorite things to do when you have a partner is sit-ups together. So if you get in a sit-up position and put your feet together against each other, and then have something, a weight, a medicine ball, anything, even like a small yoga ball, and basically you both sit up, one of you is holding the ball, and when you sit up, you pass the ball to your partner. You go down, you guys sit up again, you pass the ball, and you keep doing that. That's pretty fun. Even if you're not passing the ball, putting your feet together makes it more stable. At least for me, it makes it more stable for me to do sit-ups. It keeps my feet on the ground instead of that tendency to want to pull them up while I'm going into a sit-up position. Some of the other things we do is we partner shuffle, so shuffling back and forth together, and throwing a medicine ball to each other. So it's that back and forth. Again, it's a team activity. So those are some of the partner exercises that I really like when I have somebody to work out with me. So those are my tips for the evening. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. It's raining here, so the sound of rain is actually very soothing. We haven't had rain in a while, so it's actually pretty nice. If you want to connect with me on Facebook, it's Zoe, Z-O-E, Belcher, B-E-L-C-H-E-R. Remember, if you're not connected with any of my friends, send me a message and let me know the reason that you're connecting with me so I don't ignore you. On Periscope and MyFitnessPal, you can find me at Z Belcher. And I hope you guys have a good night. Talk to you tomorrow.